What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not
Not
another damn
another damn
podcast.
podcast.
Presented by
Our damn selves.
352, baby.
352.
352. Like, shout out to my suburban Halsted bus
Was it
ride.
that hostel? I was about to say the hostel bus.
This is the suburban, not the city. The city one is the 8. The suburban is a 352.
352, where you can
That's
go
that's
out.
so that's a so Chicago reference there. Like we know the 352, the Halsted bus. That's where you
Mhm,
can ride out to the terminal out in Harvey. Like that.
mhm.
I used to take that route there all the time back in the day.
Yep.
Yep, 352 Halsted. Went old school. Well, that's not even old school. It probably still 352. I haven't taken. I went old school because I used to take that way back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ask it all. I've taken it before.
going out to River Oaks Mall, baby. Because then you transfer in Harvey, and then you hop on the 364 and ride that back to the River
Oh
Oaks.
man.
Uh, Good time.
Yeah.
Ride it further east on 159th, and then go to the old Friar Tuck
Oh,
arcade.
geez.
Yes.
Okay, you going way
Yes.
down, making the memories
Yeah,
just
if you don't get off at the mall and ride a little bit further east, Friar Tuck, baby. The
it's just sad that like the arcades don't exist
old
anymore. It's
school
because
arcade like that.
that's what makes me sad about
They
this
call
whole
those the good old
conversation.
days. Me and Feast were talking about that recently. Like, shout out Feast, our brother. We're talking about that. He's like, "What was that arcade? The one on Wells under the tracks?" I was like, "Oh, Aladdin's Castle." He's like, "Yeah, I knew you would know." I don't know
Oh
why it made him
yeah.
think about that. It's like, yeah, but it was on Wells, like under the L tracks. I'm like, "Yep,
Mhm.
Aladdin's Castle." Yeah.
But yeah, just thinking about those memories, and now it's like the kids are like, "Oh well, I'm on PlayStation." It's like
Oh
that's not
yeah,
the same as an arcade. Like be on PlayStation Live with your
yeah,
friends.
yeah. Like the not this. Yeah, like that's the arcade was our version of Xbox slash PlayStation Live. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was our version.
Because Khalil and Ariana be on there with their friends, and they be in it.
Back in my day, to play video games with your friends, you had to go to the arcade and play together.
Or go over to someone's house and
If
be in the
somebody had a
basement,
Nintendo,
be in their basement,
you had a Nintendo back in the day.
in their dank basement. Because a lot of times the basements were dank. They weren't finished and they were dank.
Depending on your Nintendo or an Atari or a Genesis, depending on your
Or
age. Like,
chances, yeah.
yeah,
Depending on your age,
depending
yeah.
on your age, you had one of those systems. Yeah,
Hmm.
an Atari, a Nintendo, or a Genesis.
Yeah, which one was your first? Like that's the age. That's the question. Depending on your age, one of those was your first system. One of them was.
Mhm. And you always do, and always the kids that didn't have one, and then you would go to the house that did have one. And it was awesome when somebody had one and you didn't. Like, oh, you got one? Okay,
You
yeah.
got this?
Yeah. Now you want to go to that kid's house every day after that.
Mommy, can I go over to Billy's house?
Got,
Every day you want to go see
got
Billy.
Nintendo. Yeah.
You got the power pad. Remember the power pad?
Track and field. Let's go. Do, 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 do.
NES Advantage.
So I had an advantage. I had the NES advantage.
Oh my goodness. But those were the days. So, I mean, I think it is cool to have those conversations from time to time.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
we are our parents now. We are the old generation
Yeah,
now.
time has passed since our childhood where shit is like totally different. It's like, yeah, it's
And we
like
can
you
talk
don't
about it.
realize that's going to happen until it happens. It's like, when you're in
Mhm.
it, you think that your parents' time was like old timey, but now we're old timey. It's like the shit we did is looked at as like,
Like,
really, y'all did that shit. It's like,
like explaining card catalogs and looking up stuff in the library to Ariana. She was like,
the Dewey Decimal System, baby.
Ariana was like, her face looked at me like,
Art
what?
catalogs in the Dewey Decimal System, like two words, those are two phrases you have no interest in hearing about.
When I told her about
Encyclopedias of
encyclopedia,
world books,
World Book,
or
Britannica,
if you really were balling, you had Britannica.
Britannica. I was
But
like, we have World Book, Ariana, because when she does her thing, she just asks Google. She asks Google Assistant, "Hey Google, what's da 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 da?" And then so and so, and just starts talking to her. The club da 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 da, and it just spits out all this information. I said, Ariana, I didn't have this as a kid. I had to look it up in the encyclopedia.
I got Alexas in every room of my crib, pretty much.
Yeah. And she's just looking like, you didn't have, I'm like, no, Google Assistant didn't exist. That technology wasn't a thing when I was your age. Like we didn't have that. Like shoot, we had the big ass flip phones, the big ass Motorola flip phones when I was your age.
I
It's
had the
like that's
motor,
what we
my
had.
first flip phone was a Motorola Flip.
The big you like, and it's like this big, and you like have it like this.
Yep. It flipped down like that. It's like, hello.
Yeah. Explaining cassettes, like how you had to like carry your cassette, and then you
I
had to
tell
like
you
use like the
why I
pencil,
gave
like
one.
wind it up with a pencil.
I gave such an old school fucking description when I was talking to her. I was like, yeah, I went on the 95W to the plaza to Sam Goody to get the Midnight Marauders tape the day it came out. Everything like explain everything about that's old. Everything about that phrase is old school.
The 95W, the plaza, and then the cassette. That all
95W to the
that
plaza
right there.
and Sam Goody. Don't forget
And
about
Sam Goody, all that. Things that
that.
don't exist anymore. Those are
None of
all things that don't
none of
exist
the shit
anymore.
exists anymore. None of that shit
It's
exists.
but it's cool to talk. I talked about renting a VHS from Blockbuster because I point out that used to be a Blockbuster. What's Blockbuster? Well, explain what Blockbuster video was to her and
And you
what a
had to
VHS
explain
is.
the phrase, be kind, please
Hi, please
rewind.
rewind.
You don't
And
know what
explain
that.
a VHS. It's just crazy the way that we didn't think that we were going to get old, and now we're what's the old man yelling at cloud with that now, like we're like the stuff that we were like, oh, this is cool and this and that, and it's like, okay, I
Like the
I,
one of the funniest
I
things with
like
our
screaming.
one of the funniest Ari moments for you was when you're explaining like you were old enough to remember when there was no internet, which we are, and she asked like, yeah, well, how did you watch TV? Well, they had two ways. They had these things called rabbit ears, and they had this stuff called cable television. You had one or the other. There wasn't no internet. You either
And,
had rabbit ears coming from the back of your TV, or you had this big ass wire that went in.
and at that point, that's when I knew I was officially old. When she said how when I told her I was born before the internet, and
How'd you
she
watch TV, Vic?
first her gasp, her collective, you were born before the internet. That's how she looked at me. You were born before.
The
I'm
internet to
like,
us
girl,
is like it's like TV.
girl.
It's like TV was to our parents. It's like yeah. We're like well you knew like what like some people's parents were born before television back like, they remember watching like watching radio as we call it. They
But full
watched the radio.
transparency, I was in high school when the internet started. I was in high school, so I will say that
I was college age.
I wasn't super old, but I was in high school. I was.
Yeah,
I wasn't like I was like 30 or 40 years old. I was in high school. I was a kid still, but I was still old enough to, I mean, I was born well before
yeah,
internet was even a thing. So,
yeah.
but just hearing her say that, I was just like, okay. But this is a perfect segue into what I want to hop in real quick
Oh,
on because
before
this.
we do that,
Oh,
I just want to
oh,
get this out of the way real
yes, yes,
quick.
yes.
Happy birthday
Happy
going up to
birthday,
our wonderful mom.
mommy! Happy
Yeah.
birthday, mommy!
And see, I tied that in with the whole parents thing. It's like, yeah, even though our mom was, she wasn't born before television. She's not that old, but
No,
yeah,
she's not that old.
some of her siblings, like she's one of the
Yeah,
youngest, so
she's on
like
the younger
some
end
of
of
her
her spectrum.
siblings would definitely remember before
Yes.
television. It's like,
But mom definitely remembers just like, okay, it was like three channels.
remember
So
when there wasn't
like,
much TV. It's like 4 channels or something like that. She definitely knows that.
she's like, yeah, we have four. She's like, oh, and then when they got NBC, and then when they got the Peacock, because they got the colors and they got the Peacock. Like,
And then
I was like, when she said, wait, what?
And
You
then
remember TV before
one of
color?
my
Wait,
favorites,
what?
Batman in color.
In
Like, yeah.
color.
I
Because
think
mom would go
Batman
on
might have been
that.
the first show that was in color. Like, so it might have been the first one that was totally in color. That was 66. It could have been the first one. So I
So when she
don't,
jumped in, when she said that, yes, and when the color was in, she said, yeah, because NBC was the first station because they had the
yeah.
Peacock
The
with all the
Peacock, that's
color
why they had the
channels.
Peacock with the colors.
And I'm like, wow, you remember
Which means
TV in black and white. Wow.
the LBJ might have been the first president that was on in color on television. I don't know. He might have been the first one that appeared in color. I have to look that up. I think it was LBJ because I was like the '60s. Like he might have been the
In the
first
mid to
president
late 60s, yeah.
that you saw on television in color.
In
It's like
color.
might have been the first one. Like, but she remembers that when that shit happened. It's like when UHF became a thing, it's like okay, now you got all these new channels. It's like yeah, that now we got 10 channels instead of 4. It's like you got all these new channels that can it's like
Goodness.
yeah.
Now you have endless options now with streaming. And even if you have cable, like I said, because a lot of older people still
And
keep
now
cable.
cable, like that's more in our era. Like I remember when
Yeah.
cable really became big. So I'm old enough to remember on TV. I'll admit that. Now it's like a subscription service. I call it cable TV, only crappier, less
Crappier.
what I would call those subscriptions. So because like each city had a different one. We were an on TV market in Chicago, yeah. And we had Spectrum too. It was like it's a couple of, on TV was the good one. Spectrum was crap. It's like
I
yeah.
don't remember that. So I remember we got cable. I
Yeah,
remember we
then
got
we had
cable.
then we had Sports Vision. Ooh, now we can watch the Bulls and shit too.
Wait, wait. Is that when they were traveling
that was
cocaine
basically
circus?
that was Comcast Sportsnet before Comcast Sportsnet. It's like
And they
or
were the
NBC
cocaine.
Chicago, whatever it's called now. Because
And they were the traveling and they were the traveling cocaine circus during that time, right?
yeah, like that was like during the with Resi Theus. We'll say like that era of Artist Gilmore. That was that era of the Bulls.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know that.
yeah,
I
like
know cable. We got cable. I remember
the
we got
sports
cable.
vision because you said who watch the Bulls now and the Sox. It's like you can watch those. And then by '85, cable became a thing, and they
That cable was
all that
thing.
other shit went away. Then it's like all the subscription service.
I remember we got I remember we got cable and now I was just Nickelodeon was just I was like Nickelodeon station for kids. It was like, wow, Nickelodeon. That was my thing.
I was a kid. The first thing I turned to when we got cable was ESPN because
I was gonna say
all
MTV.
sports network is like
I thought you were gonna say MTV for like the videos. I thought
I
you was
did
gonna say
later MTV and BET a little bit later, but I think the first thing I looked up was the sports because like back then it's all you had was like ABC Wide World of Sports. You had like what was his name yeah Howard Cosell. You had that shit on network television. So to have a network with just all sports is like let's watch 24-hour sports. Da 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 da, and you're mesmerized. First time you saw Sports Center, you're like.
mine was Nickelodeon because just seeing all like the cartoons and seeing all
No,
the kids friendly
you
shows.
can't do that on television, baby.
I don't know.
I forgot
Let's
where
see.
some of those episodes are streaming. There's not a lot
They're
though.
on Paramount Plus, I
Thank you.
think.
Yeah, Paramount. It's like, and it's they need to have like the whole series. It's like a
Hmm.
few, like I think maybe 2 or 3 seasons. It's like it's not that many seasons that are streaming. I wish
Hmm.
they had the whole series. I would watch it all. It's like
Because all those Nick shows are on Paramount Plus. This FYI, if anybody wants to watch, get your Paramount Plus subscription
MTV
and
too,
watch
because
MTV. Mm-hmm.
Yo MTV Raps is on
Your MTV
Paramount
Raps
Plus.
is on there.
I was
Yep.
looking back at some episodes. I looked at the very first episode. I had never seen it. Like the very
Hmm.
first one. I was like, okay, this is how it started. It's like I look what it's like Run DMC heavy. They were all over that show. So yeah, Public Enemy too. It was like, so this is definitely '88. It's like Run and Public Enemy were all over that show. It's like
But
then it had a
definitely.
cool moment. We had Run DMC, Public Enemy, and like Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. I was like, well, the
Hmm.
star power in that scene. It's
To
like
be a fly on that wall. Just to be a fly on that wall.
who would have known that the Fresh Prince would be the biggest star out of all of them? Like down like 30 years later, 35 years later, who would have predicted that? It's like,
You never know where your path is going to lead you. That
yeah,
is for sure. But
exactly.
happy birthday again to Mama because Mama, she birthed us and
Yeah.
gave the world this. However you guys feel about that, I'm kidding.
Have her
But
on
no,
the podcast. She'd be like, "What's a podcast?" No, I'm kidding. Now she knows we do a podcast. She still don't know what it is, but she
she doesn't
knows
know where or how
knows
to
that phrase.
access it.
She
And I
don't.
don't think I kind of don't think I want mom to access it because some of the stuff I say, she might be
I'll
like,
definitely,
whoa,
I'll definitely,
whoa.
I'll definitely will play these episodes for
Hey,
her.
mom, you're a little spicy. Like Naima, you're a little spicy there, honey. Mama would be like that to me. She would say I
I
was
would
spicy.
definitely play some of these episodes.
But happy birthday again to our lovely mother. But since we're going like nostalgia and everything, it seems like I guess after Hollywood got off of their break because with the writers' strike and all
Yeah.
that,
They were
and now
stuff is getting back to normal again. Yeah.
we're starting to see stuff come down the pipeline. And I saw a trailer the other day, and I had to do a double take. You know what movie is being rebooted?
Talk to me.
The 1991 classic "Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter is Dead" is being rebooted.
Okay. I
And
did did
it's an
expect
all
that.
black cast this time. It's an all black. It's like the family is black.
That's interesting. Go ahead.
I want to say the lead, the one who plays Christina Applegate's character, the lead is the girl who played Lisa on the Bel Air series of the Fresh Prince. I want to say that's her when I
thought you
was
were going
looking at her face.
thought you were gonna say Marcy Martin at first. It seems like something she would have been in. I can see
Marseille
her
Martin
being
is a
in something
beast.
like
She is. Marseille Martin is a beast, though. She is. She's a
I can
beast.
see her being in something like that.
But when I was looking, then the one who's Rose in the movie is Nicole Richie is playing the Rose character. That I'm on top of that. I'm right on top of that Rose.
That's
But
that's a blast from the past. Yeah, she's yeah.
but my feeling just in general about these reboots sometimes, like I mean, obviously I want to see stuff succeed. Like okay, Black Cats, yeah, I'm rooting for. I'm still Issa Rae. I root for everything that's black. I still root for black. I do. But my thing about a lot of these reboot movies from like these 80s and 90s movies, these are period pieces, and a lot of the stuff that you could do back then, you just simply cannot do right now because we have so much freaking technology now.
Different time. Yeah.
Like you can FaceTime your kid and be like, okay, put the babysitter. Let me talk to the babysitter. You can FaceTime with your kid and ask to talk to the babysitter. You
Right.
have Google Assistants. You have all type of technology. So I don't know how it can fit in today's climate. I'm just trying to figure
That's
out.
why I was like looking confused. I'm like, really? Like that's like who asked for that reboot?
That's a night. That's because I recently watched the original one late last year because it was on during the holiday season because they said it was about to leave Max. It was like one of the movies that they catch it before it leaves Max. So I watched it during the holiday season because I hadn't watched it in years. And when I was watching it, I'm like, oh, like, this is a cool like I did enjoy this movie as a kid. It was a cool movie. I enjoyed because it came out in 1991.
91.
But trying to do it now, it's like in 2024, can people really like, I mean, the thing that you always say, the joke I know you always say, you can't wait till my daughter wants to have big fun with the wretched. You always see that, you
Big
always say it to
time.
me in a
Yes.
teasing way. But my child would never be able to go off to another city without me knowing. It's just so much technology now. Like you can put trackings on people's phone. You have the airdrop tags. You can
It's a different
you
time.
can we live in a different era now. So a lot of the stuff that you could do and get
Gotta
away
come
with
up with stuff that's appropriate for this era. It's like
for this generation. So it's like I don't know how that's gonna work because it's scheduled to come out for
you know,
next month. It has an April release date, I want to say.
even a lot of our crime shows are outdated now. Like let's like Law and Order and stuff is like because there's cameras everywhere, like
There's
ring
cameras everywhere.
cams,
Yeah.
traffic cams, lamppost cams. It's
Ring cameras.
like bodies really just I said that first, yeah. It's like
Oh, I'm
bodies,
sorry, I missed ring.
yeah,
Yeah.
bodies don't just turn up no more. Like because
They
okay,
don't.
let's look at the footage. It's like, yeah, like you can go to anybody on that block. It's like, yeah, we need to look at your fucking footage. It's like, yeah,
Okay, my neighbor's yard faces perpendicular this way, and I
right.
got a clear shot of the alley. My backyard got a clear shot of this alley right here.
That's why when the shows and they because Law and Order still like has the bodies just turn up on the sidewalk. I'm like, it's kind of outdated that trope is like because
Yeah.
it's like you're gonna somebody's gonna have a camera, even a dash cam. There's gonna be some kind of footage of that crime. It's like
Mhm.
yeah,
Like the only bodies, like I said, obviously, like I say, if it's like a field, like it has to be like a field, like way out somewhere. It has to be something like that.
but that's set in New York City, so definitely
Exactly. I
it's
said
like,
that's the
yeah.
only way it has to work. It's like you have to be way out. It just can't be like, okay, a body just turns up.
And again, these shows have been around like 30 plus years, and
Yeah.
Dick Wolf is a boomer, so he's like of a certain age. So it's like, so yeah, it is what it is. still very enjoyable, but a lot of the crimes, I'm like, yeah, they would have solved this in
They
like
would
10
have solved
minutes.
this in
Like
5 minutes.
they would have solved this immediately. It wouldn't be it wouldn't be an hour long episode.
And then naturally, we're natural paparazzi area because everybody films with their phone now. So
Yeah,
it's like people, I'm going out live because like how many stuff has been caught in the background? Like if somebody is like somewhere and they go on their live and then they're on their live and then in the background, you look over their shoulder, you see something going on over their shoulder that should not be going
yeah.
on.
Hmm. That's typically how most of the stuff gets out now is people whip their phones out. It's like, yeah, that's how the George Floyd story
George
went
Floyd,
viral. It's like because of that, yeah, because the girl whipped her phone out. It's like
cell phone video.
yeah, that's how that story became a story. It's like because
Philando Castile, his
yeah,
girlfriend started filming immediately after the police officer shot him.
Ahmaud Arbery, what's his name, bowl cut as you call him, like he filmed this shit. It's like Roddy Bryant. I'm trying to think what was his name. It's like
He's bowl cut. You know that man's name is. I've changed his name to bowl cut.
yeah, he got 30 years like minimum just for filming this shit. 30 to life. He could get life. It's like the earliest he can get out is 30 years for filming that shit. It's like that's wild as fuck.
If I should have stayed on my porch and minded my business
I
was a
saw
person.
you post a video. Yeah.
Should have minded your damn business.
Now you're doing minimum 30.
He
30 before you can even get paroled. You got
was
30.
crying real tears in the fool. Crying real tears in his mug shot.
But yeah, we all got phones, like I said, and it's just cameras like posted up everywhere. So like shit's different the way
I'm like, how are they gonna not tell? Like, I'm like, how are they gonna get away with a whole summer of not having mom know about the babysitter at all? Like,
yeah. Something would have turned up. It's like, yeah.
because like back in the 90s, okay, like their mom went to Australia. This was the 90s. So like doing international calling in the 90s,
Very it was cost prohibitive a lot of, and sometimes you couldn't even find like an
the
outside line.
line,
You had to find
there
an
you go.
international line, and then if you could find one, it was like cost prohibitive a lot of times. It was expensive. Even long distance calling in the United States wasn't cheap. So especially an
Mm-hmm.
international call like back in the day. Now, you got like said FaceTime. Like if you got a good Wi-Fi connection and an iPhone, if
Mm-hmm.
FaceTime is free and shit anywhere. It's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they what's the other one? That is like other like yeah, video chats. Yeah, it's like
Mm-hmm.
what's the
Uh,
I can't think of the one. It's one that
not Duo, is it? Is
uh-uh.
it Duo? No, not Duo. Duo is the one for the language, I think.
It's one that's gonna drive me crazy. Like whatever that video chat is. Like I'm gonna find it. You know me and shit. But it's one that people that Babe when she went out of the country a couple of years ago. My late
Mm-hmm.
um and she was in Africa and she was like using with the WhatsApp thing. I knew it was coming to me. Yeah, the
WhatsApp,
WhatsApp. Yeah,
okay. Mm-hmm.
and she was using that. It's like yeah, like if she couldn't get a good FaceTime, says she using the WhatsApp. Like both of those are like free like video chats. It's like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like iPhones it automatically comes free on the FaceTime, but any smartphone you can download the WhatsApp and make
Mm-hmm.
free FaceTime calls. Like yeah, it won't cost you anything. But back in the 90s, like I said, an international
That
call.
didn't
It's like
exist. So
yeah,
that's why I'm trying to figure out like how this like I remember years ago somebody was like they should reboot Home Alone. It's like no they shouldn't. Like
it wouldn't work and
it wouldn't work.
would work
It
today.
it wouldn't work.
It'll be a very different movie if you do Home Alone. It wouldn't be the it wouldn't be the that story, yeah, with the Macaulay Culkin story. It'd be a whole different story.
Like you can't leave a child home alone now because like okay, like let me get an Uber to the airport. Like, it's like
Yeah,
and then we FaceTime mom and dad. Okay.
yeah. You can FaceTime from the plane now because most planes have Wi-Fi. It's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like they didn't even have that when we when in '08 when Obama got elected, we were on the plane, so we didn't know.
Yeah,
Like
we didn't know.
planes didn't have Wi-Fi in
There wasn't no
2000.
Wi-Fi back then.
We
Yeah.
didn't find out till the plane landed that he had won. It's like, yeah. But now
Mm-hmm.
you would know mid-flight. It's like because he pull that shit up on the Wi-Fi. Yeah. Wi-Fi. So you could make the call from the plane now. It's like yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, how you guys feel about it? Y'all drop in the comments. Let me know how you feel about it because I just think I think a lot of stuff. I just feel like Hollywood is doing this. Like, let's scrape the bottom off. Let's scrape. We can. It's like no, we can
The
explore
thing
new ideas.
is these projects is like who's the audience? Because like the older audience, like people like grew up on it like yourself, is like they just watch the originals. Like I don't care about this remake, and then like the kids like they don't want to see the
They don't
shit.
care.
They want to see something different. It's like they not like I said, like the perfect is like when Girl Meets World and Fuller House is like who's the audience for that shit? I can I'm just I'll take a wild guess. Like neither of your kids watch either of those shows. I can guess that
They did
right.
not.
Exactly. They don't give a shit about what's the name, about Danny Tanner and the DJ. They don't care about these characters. It's like, and the people that did care is like you just watch the original show. It's like it's streaming. It's like you say even if it's not streaming, it's in syndication somewhere. Like yeah,
Right.
you
Syndication
should watch
somewhere,
the
yeah.
original show. It's like yeah. So,
If you really also you might have like the box set
yeah,
DVD.
if you own the DVDs, it's like
Or
yeah,
the
you
box sets, you know, you might have that.
yeah. Who is the audience for these reboots? Is like because young kids don't give a shit, and the older folks like I'd rather just watch the original show. Like this sucks. It's like yeah. Which is, I'm sure that's how you looked at it. It's like, it's cool, but yeah, I'd rather just watch
Yeah,
four.
I'd rather watch
Like,
the original is
exactly.
always better.
Exactly.
Not
Yeah.
even for the original, it's always better with stuff. Like when you watch some of these reboots, you're kind of like, I see where you were
Coming
going.
to America. Yeah. A movie I have no interest in ever seeing
The
again.
less say about that, the better.
Yeah, the reboot, the one from the Amazon
Number
version.
two,
Yeah,
America.
the
Two with the
Amazon
number
version.
two.
Yeah. It's like I watched it, I didn't hate it, but I have no desire to ever see it again.
Yeah,
So
I watched it. I was just like, oh, okay. That was fun, but
it's
it was
cool seeing these
unnecessary.
characters again, but I'd rather just watch the '88 version. It's like
Now, some stuff that I'm not against. So, like another thing that I recently saw that delved into, like I said, I'm going to still unlocking childhood memories. I saw HBCUs are doing like a tour, and they had the different world
But
cast.
yeah, the different world because this guy they I know 35 was like last year or 30 the year before last they 35th. So
Yeah,
they're around
2022. Yeah.
35 years old, the show, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
My heart went
I
like,
saw they first stop was Spelman, which is where the campus was set there. That's where
mhm.
Hillman College, like the wide shot you see, that's the Spelman campus.
Spelman.
For those
Because
that
they went at Spelman slash Morehouse first. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah. So like yeah, but the actual campus that you see on camera, like they for the wide shots was the Spelman campus. I think that was their first stop was the Atlanta campus.
And when I saw that, my heart just went because just seeing them all come out and they look good. Like
Yeah, like yeah. Only
they
one
look
plus
good. The different world cast look good.
rest in peace, Mr. Gaines, before we go on.
Yeah,
He's like
true.
the one where but everybody else was there though, like all of our
Mhm.
main characters. It's like
And then the comment section didn't disappoint because they was like when Glenn Turman came out, all the women were like, "Ooh, where's Zaddy?" Because Glenn is a silver fox now. He has little beard, he has hat on. I was like, okay.
he's been killing it for 50 years when he was preached. Let's go.
For the record, like Glenn was always a nice looking man. He was always a nice looking because I thought he was a nice looking guy on Different World. He was always a handsome guy. I said he came out with his little hat on and he was walking. I was like, okay. And then girls was like, I had to Google his age real quick. I was like, y'all so bad.
He's knocking on 80, y'all.
He's 77. He is.
Knocking
He's
on 80.
77. And I Googled his age real quick. And then somebody said, I see where Aretha saw in him. The
Yeah,
comments.
he used to be married to Aretha Franklin back in the day. Yeah, a lot of people don't know
It
that.
didn't disappoint. The comment section had me rolling. They was like, Glenn Turman is a whole snack. They was like, he's daddy now.
Maybe I just need to be an old nigga like that because it seems like that's the thing. Give me another 25 years and then I'll be a zaddy and shit. Is that old niggas seem like they the end thing now. Like remember the Isley Brothers verses, like all the
Yeah,
chicks
and they was like, "Ooh, he's
over around
daddy."
Isley and shit. And now it's Glenn Turman.
Well, Well, to Ryan Isaac Craig, his wife is about my age, so there's that. He does have a wife about my age, so
What they joked about on the Steve Harvey the sitcom back in the '90s with they played the High Tops. He was Pretty Tony, the lead
yeah,
singer.
pretty. Tell me how you
How you
get so
stay so
pretty.
pretty? So I got a 22-year-old girlfriend, which is probably his current wife. She probably would have been about 22 back then. So he was that was an ad probably, that was an ad lib.
See the look I'm making.
I got a 22-year-old girlfriend.
See the look I'm making. But no, though they look good though, the cast. So that's what I do want to see. Like I would like to see a different world, not a reboot, but if they do like a 2 hour made for TV movie type thing or like a streaming
I'd
something.
even go for a nice an actual like proper reunion, like how like Fresh Prince did and Martin, like they did like the hour long with the cast. I'd
Yeah,
even be happy with something like that. It's like it's a proper reunion. We just had this cast sit together chopping it up. That shit would be dope and shit. Yeah.
I
How
want
like
to do the movie because I
yeah,
want to
like
see
when
them
they
going.
actually end character. That's what you talking about.
That's what I want to see. Like a 2 hour special, a 2 hour movie special. That's what I want to see.
Like the Best Man final chapter or something like that. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, but just like a quick little, yeah, like a 2 hour, just a
but
quick little
shorter, yeah.
shorter. Yeah, I would do that with a different world because you want to see the what happened afterwards. Okay. Like we know that Whitley was pregnant when the series ended. So okay, her and Dwayne, they got married, they had their baby,
Yeah.
or babies, they may have had more kids,
Yeah,
but they had at least
we
one.
can cast like what happened to like to all of our favorites is like yeah
Mhm.
did we had to say what happened when with Jaleesa and the Terrence and what they did. That's what I want to know, like what happened to Colonel Taylor's missing family. It's like let's get that story. It's like shit.
Which baby Don Lewis looked good. Like Don Lewis said,
She
60 where?
looked pretty much the same,
He
like
said 60
out
where?
of all of them, like Dawn Lewis pretty much looked the same as she did on a different world. I was just like,
Which
she
Car
like
looked pretty
pretty
close to the
much
same.
has an age.
Freddie looked pretty much say Cree looked pretty much.
She's like a more seasoned version of Freddie, but
She looked like herself though.
Dawn
She
almost looked the same to me.
yeah, Dawn
Shit.
ate and Dawn came while she was dancing. I was like, look at her.
Yeah.
But they looked good though. I think that Freddie did become a lawyer and she's a top DA. That's in my mind. Freddie
Yeah.
became a DA.
I could see like Ron Johnson going into reality TV or something like that. Like he seemed like I could see him being that character that like he ended up in entertainment because at the time he was a
Entertainment.
drummer and all of that. Like Ron probably went up into reality TV route.
Ron was on the Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Yeah, I can see that. Like Ron Johnson being that. It's
He was
like
the Real Husbands of Hollywood.
let's tie a real life in, like he marries Vanessa Huxtable.
Yeah, but she's
Let's tie in real life, like he and they end up on reality, which they did have reality, so real
yeah,
life. So
they've been
tie
together
it
for like
in.
35 years, I think. 30
Yeah,
years, however long they've been together.
yeah.
They've been together a long time, 30 years
Let's
probably.
tie that to get the whole tie in with the Cosby Show. Like Ron marries Vanessa Huxtable, and he ends up on reality TV. I like that route for Ron. Kim does become the doctor. Like yeah, she
Mhm.
does. Yeah, I know she's a top yeah in her field, in the medical field.
And Kim
Kimberly,
is working on a cure for AIDS.
there we go. Yeah, Kimberly Reese. Yeah,
I have high grounds for Kimberly Reese because Kimberly Reese she was that chick. She was that girl. She was. So I have high.
yeah.
We don't count the new people that we don't need to see like Jada and Charmaine and them.
Keep alopecia Keisha away from the show
And Charmaine
at all costs. It's like
and Bumper Robinson.
Dorian and all of that. Yeah, you see, none of them were invited to the reunion
Like,
either.
yeah, we don't want them. We don't want
None of
them.
them was like. I would probably include Gina because she kind of was part of the old
Yeah,
cast.
Gina was part of the original. I
She
would
was
say
there
Gina.
before all those other ones started
She was.
showing up. It's like yeah,
But Gina came about season
season 4, I would say, is when Gina made
3.
the
She
first
started
appearance.
making
I
appearances.
want to say about 4, like something like that. Yeah.
She was kind of in the background, like, ooh, girl, because she was just kind of like the
Girl, it's
the
like yeah,
gossipy one. But then she actually became a cast mate, like
yeah.
season
They
4.
added yeah.
But
They
she was in the background, like 3 with the girl. She was the girl, the one who would give you the tea. She was that first. Yeah.
okay. Who else did we miss? It's like yeah. Um,
Um,
we did Dwayne, and we could say like what Dwayne alluded to years ago is like because of his flip up glasses that he was the one that invented the flip phones. We can exclude that if you want.
okay, that he
Like,
made a
he was
pass
an
for that.
engineer. It's like yeah, like so yeah,
Engineer, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, he invented the flip phone. It's like I like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
we can make that canon and make that part of the show. Like he did. We could say that. Yeah.
And then Byron was a big senator. He became the
If
president.
Byron became president, he was Barack
Byron
Obama.
was Obama.
The president, I say Byron Douglas became president. He was there, the Barack of their world, the
He
first
was
black
Obama.
president. Yeah.
He was Obama.
Yeah.
Him and his wife Rochelle.
I'd even jokingly cast him. I said, had Kimberly Elise play like Rochelle would be like, she'd be like Byron's wife. They had two girls like that. Just go all Obama, full Obama with the shit.
But I think that that would be good to do that. So some like the new people, we don't want them or whatnot. But and then uh could we bring in somebody? Like I said, the one I would like visit, I would like to see, like I say, like just to do a touch on Byron. Definitely address Mr. Gaines passing away.
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He stayed. He was there until he passed. They could even tie that in, like they back on campus for his funeral. If you
For
want
his
to tie,
funeral, that's what I think.
say he reached Gaines dies, and they come. That's why they came back to him.
Everybody came back for his
Gaines'
funeral
funeral.
to pay their
Make it part of
respect.
the story. That's why they came back to Mr. Gaines' funeral.
When I know that, like I said, I hope that he's getting better and better. I would love to see Walter Oakes. I know he's had
Yeah,
his health challenges,
I
but
know he had a stroke or something like
yeah,
that.
he did. I know he's had his challenges, but it would just be awesome just to see Walter Oakes. Just,
Cameo, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
be awesome to see Walter because Walter was that dude. Like Walter was that dude. He was.
He was a big part of the show, like for the first 4 seasons, like till he left. He was like, yeah,
Hmm.
especially seasons 2 through 4, because like season 1 he was recurring, and then 2 through 4 he was a main cast, and then he ended up leaving after that. Yeah. So, shout out
Yeah,
Walter.
like we could write a script. I mean, I might try to write me a little makeshift script and
Came up with some good storylines so far. We came up with good shit. Oh yeah, Spencer, we can forget about him too. Some later characters that nobody liked and shit, we can ignore him too.
Yeah, we like ignore those. Yeah. Or characters that were just created for one episode. Looking at you, we Daffy Blackman.
Yeah, Gina's boyfriend, he sucked.
She is abusive boy, which is a good episode, but I mean, we know why his
We
character
don't
was
need him.
created.
We don't need him. It's like,
Could we revisit me and make did Kane now he's against racism and stuff? Like he's like an advocate, like he's like a liberal or something now.
Speaking of that, you mentioned Dean. Let's bring back Dean Davenport. Let's bring Jennifer Lewis in. Like she got to make a
On
cameo.
my list.
On my list,
Yeah.
Dean
I
Davenport
love
got to make
Jennifer
an
Lewis.
appearance. She got
I
to make
love
an
Jennifer
appearance.
Lewis.
I liked her on there. Like she's on my list. Like she was one of the later characters we actually liked. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because like Jennifer Lewis is a riot. Like anything with Jennifer Lewis, like she's hilarious. I love
Like
Jennifer
she's
Lewis.
retired now. She comes back for the funeral. And bring Dean
Mhm.
Davenport back. Let's do it.
And she comes back in all of her Jennifer Lewis glory. You know, all her, you know how she like she just pops when she's on the
Gotta make
screen.
an appearance. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only new character. The other ones they can kind of
Yeah.
leave it.
Yeah. With the digit hole, we can keep all of them. It's like,
Like, I forgot about him.
he got expelled for calling a girl a hoe and shit. He was about to get expelled.
But he didn't get expelled for having a gun. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Well, he had a whole
Brought a
gun.
pistol to
It wasn't going to get expelled for a whole gun.
Brought a pistol to campus.
And then the less said about that Tupac episode, the better.
Piccolo. Yeah, none of that happened. Because that was all new characters. Like most
The
of
less
them.
said about that, the
It was
better.
like that was all new characters dominated that. Yeah.
And then Billy D. Williams, the less said about his episode, the better. Like the Billy D.
Less said about him, the better. And yeah, he's just leave the memories. I'll always remember it was Lando Calrissian and like from the back, the new Billy D.
He's
We could
called
leave
45.
45 is like, yeah, we let the memories.
Or he's Florence's man. That's how I know him. He's Florence's man on the Jefferson. Billy D. Williams.
Leave the memories alone. It's like, yeah. I had another character. What's the name? I know he had some trouble with the law. Like, is he still around? No, with Gary Dordan is. I know he had.
Oh, Gary Dordan, he's okay now. So like I saw that in the comment
Make a
section. Like,
cameo. I know he had some issues like for a while. Like,
they said bring Shazza's fine ass back. Somebody bring Shazza's fine ass.
We're definitely digging some Gary Dordan.
Gary did. Like when I watched it, I was like,
I was watching
Okay, but I was wondering, I was like,
I'm
oh,
really,
okay.
I'm really going down the '90s rabbit hole now. I was watching New York Undercover streaming on Amazon Prime. I was watching some old
Hmm.
episodes of that, and he was on there. Remember, what's the name? Malik Yoga's baby mama. She played.
Yeah,
He played her love interest temporarily on that. I
yeah,
forgot that
yeah,
happened. It was like.
yeah.
I was like, I forgot that Shaza was on New York Undercover. I totally forgot that happened.
I mean, you moved on to Malik Yoba, so
uh,
you can't get mad that she was with Gary Jordan.
Because
Can't get mad.
he was with Nino's
Michael
girl.
Michelle. He was
Yeah,
Michael
from New Jack
Michelle.
City. She always be Selena from New Jack City. I don't give a shit. I can't even think of her real name.
Cancel that hoe.
Yeah,
She
cancel
always,
that bitch. That was her. Yeah, yeah.
she always be canceled that bitch.
You're a murderer, Nino. Like that chick. It's like, yeah,
Michael Michelle is her
yeah,
name.
that chick. She always be that. Oh, yeah, from New Jack City to me. You're a murderer, Nino. Yeah, she was on. She played Malik Yoba's girl.
But yeah. But yeah, they could have a small thing. Like I would say that Shaza is now like he's like head of like Black Lives Matter and like movements like that.
He could be like that type. The
He's like that type where
their version of BLM, like we
he's
had.
like an advocate for like he's out there like these police murders and he's out there. He's on the front line. He's making a difference. I could see him being that character that he's making a difference and trying to get make notice of stuff because he was always about the cause. Like Shaza's character was. He had his issues, but he was always about, you know, he got a little hotepy at some point when he started going, you know. I mean,
Holy
he was
Hotep,
Shaza.
Holy Hotep, Batman, as you say.
He was Shaza. So I mean, the ladies in mind. I'll just say it like that. But yeah, shout out to them though. Like I'm like, now I wish I went to HBCU now. I know that's bad.
I wish I went to one. It's like I always look back and see like, should I have gone that route? It's like me. I took a break from school for a while. I invented the gap year and shit. Like I did that shit like before it was a thing. I had gap years. I took off like two
Yeah,
years
you
or
got
something.
years. Yeah, you got
At least
years.
like
What
two.
the
It's
hell?
like, yeah, I invented the gap year and shit. Yeah. Then I went back and I did the city college route. Like that
Mhm.
was my path. It's like
Yeah.
and then
Everybody has a different path.
you went to the
Big
traditional route.
10
Yeah, the traditional 4 year.
or PWI as they call it.
UN
Cause like
feast. UN feast
first
for
time I heard what that I was like, P, I was like, oh, I know what that means now. Cause like I didn't know what people
I'll call it traditional.
first.
PWI sounds stupid to me, but yeah, I just call it.
And I told my flex, I say I went to a Big 10, you know. It's different when you're in a Big 10. Like, you know, the other ones, it's like
And
I say y'all a little
my,
10.
our brother Kareem went the army route. Yeah, like I think about
Yeah.
that too. Like, should I pursue the military? Yeah, like it's you I always think about alternate like universes. It's
Hmm.
like when it's the universe where I pursued a career in the military. So it's one where I did go to an HBCU. It's like it's alternate. Yeah, like what if? It's like you do think about those. It's like
It's a
yeah,
multiverses.
universe eyes. Let's go. Yeah.
I think multiverses are kind of in like I think they are. I know you may look like people may look at me like, okay, I'm being a little bit whatever, but
Think it's
like
different. Yeah, multiverse is real, and
I think it
like
is.
when we grew up, Back to the Future fans, so I think it is a timeline with Hell Valley. It's like when Biff becomes the fucking the man. It's like it is, or the Twin Pines Mall and the Lone Pine Mall. It is different, like for
We
multiverses. Yeah.
we know where our hell valley was. The pandemic of 2020 was our hell. We got our hell valley. That was our hell valley for
Who
us.
was president during that time? which
I'm not saying no names.
Biff was based on Donald Trump for those that don't know. Like the character, the Biff Tannen from the alternate 85 was based
The
on
Biff,
he actually was based on Trump. Like not no
the
bullshit.
Biff hotel was Trump Plaza,
That was
basically.
the Trump Plaza, yeah, basically. He was based on Donald Trump. Look it up. We're not making that up.
And he looked like him when you look at how Biff looked. Like he looked like with the hair and then the flashy. Yeah,
And then the overbearing personality, like he was fucking Trump, yeah.
he was Trump.
Yeah.
He was.
Speaking
But
of which, since we talking Trump,
that was our Hell Valley though.
we not new with this. Is speaking of Trump, I don't know if you saw but Trump got booted from the Illinois ballot for our upcoming primary.
Well, you
He
know
won't
JB
be.
wasn't going to have it.
He won't.
You know JB wasn't
Well,
letting
this
us.
might get challenged by like some of the downstate, the Republican lawmakers downstate. But as of right now, as it stands today, like Trump is not going to be on the ballot for the upcoming prime. Was it the 18th? I forget. Was
The
our primary
19th,
19th? Of those? Okay, yeah,
March 19th. Yep. So
yeah.
if you're in
As
Illinois,
of right now, like yeah, March 4th, as this comes out, like Trump's not on the ballot. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen between now and the 19th, but yeah. Anything could happen, but as of right now, yeah, he won't. He's not
all I
on.
know is I'm sick of these damn things in my mailbox every day. These like I'm sick of
Oh, gotta get
these
you.
damn
You gonna hear
flyers in
that
my
for the rest
mailbox.
of the year. Like we just getting started. It's an
I'm sick of
election.
these damn flyers in my mailbox. Like every like and they be stuffing them in because like I open and it's like
We
I'm like,
just
oh
getting
my God,
started.
I'm sick of these. I'm sick of them.
The robocalls, like the text messages, all of that stuff. Yeah, we
I
just
know I had to send somebody to stop. They was like, can you chip in for no, stop. I was like, stop. No,
ship
leave
in
me
for these
alone.
ship in for these nuts. Got it.
Stop. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
And lawn signs, like I hope nobody tries to put nothing on my lawn. I'm gonna kick it off. If somebody puts something on my lawn, I'm taking it off. I don't advertise. I don't advertise anything. I
Mm.
advertise nothing.
My politics are my business.
Don't put that shit on my lawn.
Yeah, my politics are my business. You don't need to know that shit.
Yeah.
Well, Judge Tracy Porter from Cook County is the one that yeah Trump is off the ballot for now. The Board of Elections, like I said, it could be challenged. It's like there's still some time to the primary, but as of right now, yeah, he won't be on the Illinois ballot for the upcoming primary. So we'll see how that goes. That's interesting.
I just want this
I
to
saw
be.
he was taking off a couple other states. Colorado was the first one that did it. Now, like Illinois, like is one of the guys. Yeah.
I think about how Colorado rolls because when I was out there in Denver, I'm trying to think about.
I think Colorado's mostly blue. Like,
Yeah, I see a little bit of when we drove through a certain neighborhood. I'm trying to remember. Did we see a little bit of MAGA when we were driving? When my friend was driving me around, did we see a little bit of MAGA?
they lean blue because they were the first state to legalize weed, and
Yeah, that's right.
marijuana is definitely a
Liberal,
liberal policy. Yeah,
very liberal,
liberal policy. So like
very
Colorado
much so.
leans blue. So yeah.
Yeah, it
I
may have
know,
been like a little
I know,
pocket.
I know. I can't carry out there. That's why I know they blue too.
It may have been little pockets here and there in certain neighborhoods, like little pockets. Because as we were driving through the certain neighborhoods, like I said, okay, Chicago. I said Chicago, this neighborhood for me. She's like, okay, this is Hyde Park right here. This is so and so right here. Like, she was able to like break it down, and she said, okay, because like I was like, I need to. If you make it in Chicago terms, I can understand where we're at. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
I know as a concealed carry license holder, I know they don't recognize my Illinois license. If I go out there with a gun, I will get arrested. No license or not, they like, yeah, like this is Colorado. We don't recognize that.
So the bottom line is you need to know your laws.
Yeah.
That's just the bottom
Yeah,
line.
definitely as because like as they say, ignorance of the law is no excuse. You can't
It's
say
not.
you can't say you didn't know. Like we don't care. It's like you still
We don't
going.
care. You're going to
It's like
jail.
it's your
Yeah.
responsibility to it's your responsibilities to learn the laws. That's basically what it is. Yeah.
And we know law is some boring ass shit. We know it is because like the rules be like when you read like some of these,
Yeah.
it be like this thick when you're reading it. I know it's boring,
But them
but
damn
you have
gun
to
laws, I
you
definitely
gotta
know.
read
Like,
it.
okay, like if I'm doing any traveling, I always look okay. Like, yeah, okay, I'm good here. Can't carry there. It's like you just gotta know, like, yeah, where you going. It's like if you're
Know
taking a
your
road trip,
laws.
yeah, it's like just
Know your
like
laws.
know what
That's the
states
bottom
you're
line with
crossing through
anything.
and like what they gun laws are. Like, so I know all of that shit. Yeah,
Know your rules.
Colorado, I know. Like, yeah, I said, nah, you can't carry
Yeah.
out of state. You can't carry here. Nah.
But you can't smoke up some stuff though in
Oh
Colorado.
yeah, yeah. You can get high.
The
You can go to the dispensary. You just can't go to the gun range. That's all. Just
dispensaries are literally on every corner. At one point in Denver,
go to
like
the gun range.
dispensary. Like they everywhere. So
Yep.
now I'm wondering how many people are booking trips to Denver now. That's it.
Bolder than Denver. I ain't a bad rapper, just an MC with a temper.
But it'd be interesting to see that though, to see what would happen about the whole Trump being off of these ballots. Like, so I still shout out to the Nevada one that said
None
none
of
of
the
the
above.
above.
They got what's his name?
Monty Brewster.
Monty Brown Brewster. Yeah, Brewster's Millions on. They voted none of the above in real life.
I
none,
mean,
none of the above. That shit in real life, bro.
did they lie? I mean, that's my question. Did they lie?
Yeah.
I don't think they lied. I don't think they did.
It was like, we don't like none of these
We don't
motherfuckers.
like none of these people. So,
There you go.
not the lesser of two evils or three evils or whatever.
Yeah, how about just not voting evil?
How about y'all suck?
It's
How
like,
about that? How
I
about you
gotta vote
suck?
for the lesser of two evils. Like, how about I just not vote for evil? And I agree.
Because it's still an evil when you break it down like that.
How about we just not vote for? How about no? Doctor Evil said it's like it all ties together. Yeah. How about no? Just don't
But
vote.
get y'all asses to the poll and vote on the 19th. And don't say that if you live in Illinois, and don't say that, well, it doesn't count. The primary determines what goes on the ballot in November.
Yeah, it definitely
What people don't
counts.
realize, this
That's when you're
election doesn't
picking your
count.
candidates. Yeah. That's
When
when you
people
pick
say
them.
that, I've heard people say that so many times. Oh, I'm not gonna vote this. It doesn't count. I'm like, uh,
You picking your candidates. That's what you're doing essentially.
yeah. Someone failed civics. Oh my goodness. Oh my
Just
goodness.
we're talking laws and the law in general. Oh, let me
The
pull this
law.
video up.
I just thought about Pee-wee, the law.
The law. Yeah. Wait, I have
The
a
law.
better idea. Well, we're not doing that.
I don't want to watch Pee-wee's Big Adventures. Now you made me want to watch that. Now I gotta find it and
Take a
stream it.
picture. It'll last longer. This video recent was viral. It's a young man. His name is King Randall. I don't know if you're familiar. He's from Georgia. I think Albany, Georgia, and he basically is like a mentor. So like, yeah, he like has his own school there. He basically teaches young boys how to be men. Like that's like what he does. It's like
Okay.
so. This
Okay, I'm
video
digging it so far. I'm digging so
video
far.
went viral, and I'll play it and see like if there's anything you see wrong with it. Yeah, it's the video.
Oh.
It's the young man King Randall right here. He's like
Oh, wait,
teaching.
center it back.
Can you see
It
it?
went over. No, it went over.
I'm just gonna put it on the regular thing. Because
There we go.
it won't expand, so we just leave
It
it.
won't expand because it pulled it right. It pulled it left rather. Well, my left.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Go
we'll
ahead.
just play it. He's teaching young men how to interact when you get pulled over by the police, which is a good skill, basically.
How you doing, sir? Doing good. First thing I want to do is already have my stuff ready, okay?
Yes, sir.
You don't want to get to the freaking car, and when he gets to the car, you got to go fumbling around looking for stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
Why don't we want to fumble around looking for stuff? Exactly. They're going to feel unsafe, you understand?
Yes,
So
sir.
regardless of whether they should or shouldn't feel unsafe, that makes somebody feel unsafe, you fumbling around, because things happen, right?
Yes, sir.
So when they get there, the first thing you want to do is already have your license ready and have your hands on the steering wheel, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Have your hands on the steering wheel, why?
Because before they don't think you reach for nothing.
So you're not reaching for stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. And another thing I want to do, I'm gonna let all my windows down, okay? I ain't got nothing to hide, right?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna let all my windows down in the car, and if it's nighttime, I'm gonna turn the car light on so he can see everything in the car, right?
Yes, sir.
Why am I doing that?
But he don't think you trying to hide nothing or somebody trying to hide something for you.
Exactly. Everybody feels safe, right?
Yes, sir.
So we already starting the stop off great. He probably in a good mood that I done let the window down, I done turned the lights on. He probably in a better mood now, right?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, so boom, he gonna come to the car. Yes, sir. All right, cool. So he gonna get my license. He may or may not go back to the car, which they usually do. They're gonna basically check your name, see if you got any warrants, if your license suspended, blah blah blah. But you sit tight and just wait for him to finish. Good?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, cool. He's coming back, bring my license. He's probably gonna give me a ticket for not having my seatbelt on. Now, what's the wrong thing to do if I'm getting pulled over and he come up to the car?
Run.
Nah, what run? We're not gonna run. And what's another thing we're not gonna do?
Talk
Back, cussing, talking smack, all that stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
We're not doing none of that number if we get pulled over. We're not talking smack, we're not cussing, we're not telling them what our rights is, blase, blase, blah. We're not doing none of that. You understand?
Yes, sir.
We trying
Well, that's the gist of the video, basically. It's like anything wrong with any of that.
It's not per se, but like me personally as a woman, I wouldn't roll down all my windows. That's just me as a
Okay, yeah,
safety.
that's just you
Because I'm a woman. So it's like I'm not like
and typically I don't because we in Chicago and it's cold.
you live in Chicago.
I really don't. I roll down my driver's side. I'm not gonna roll them all down.
I wrote down my driver's side 100%. I said, but all my windows no. I said, because like for one, I'm a woman. For two, Chicago, we experienced 4 seasons in one day. For real, we did.
And typically we have 2 seasons here, bro. Freezing cold, hot as hell. We got 2 seasons in Chicago, basically.
Yeah.
And either of those, having all the windows down is not comfortable for either of those.
Yeah.
Like, freezing cold, hot as hell. Only season.
But that's the thing that I see. Like, I mean, I was like, that's a little bit of like overkill, I think, like with all the windows down.
I get what he was trying to say there. I'm not trying to hide anything. It's like
I get what he was saying, but
like people were actually mad at like basically the main message of it about like being polite and First of all, people were mad because the boys are well saying yes sir and all of that, which is just manners. It's like like yes sir, yes ma'am, please and thank you. Like that's how I was raised. I don't know how y'all
was raised like that too.
Yeah. I don't know like how. And then like one clown I saw like in the comment section on there was basically saying that like I'd rather teach them to like to kill than to be subservient. That you training them to end up getting strung from a tree and all of that nonsense. For I'm sure that clown has no bodies. First of all, it's like everybody is gangster online. It's
how did we get here?
Like so a routine traffic stop, you're gonna shoot the police. That's what you would teach kids.
Yeah, that's smart to do.
That's what you're gonna do.
Very smart. That'll end up well if you go and shoot police officers who just come to your car routinely
and start blasting because you were speeding or you had a tail light. It's usually something simple like traffic stops. Usually some simple shit.
You roll the stop sign.
Yeah, you roll the stop. It's usually some simple shit. It's like it's nothing sinister. Like 90% of the time, it's like.
And then a lot of times they just give you a warning.
Yeah,
a lot of times. Like I said, like I have nothing to hide. I mean, I haven't been pulled over or anything like in the last, like I haven't been or whatnot, but
and I have,
it seems
and guess what? And I'm a concealed carrier, and I don't like it's Illinois. You don't have to disclose that information, but if they ask, I don't lie about it either. Because I have been asked, it's like are you currently? Because they can pull that up on your license plate, like so, like they know like you have a concealed carry license with that. And then they could ask, like, are you currently carrying? I'd be like, yes, I am. Like, which side? Like, on this, I'll say, right, on my right side. Yeah, I'll tell them where. I'm not going to reach down there and show them this shit.
Here.
Yeah, right here. You want to see, like, that's how you should. I'd be like, right on my right side, right here. This side. I'd be like, And I didn't get shot. I had a gun on me getting pulled over by the police and didn't get shot.
Because they're going to check and they just want to check and make sure that you don't have like the big thing. They want to make sure you have no warrants because sometimes you pull someone over.
That's why they check your license. Yeah.
You got a warrant.
Guess what? The one I'm in the when I got pulled over and they asked me about it, I didn't even get a ticket that time. They just gave me a warning. So okay, just slow down. It's like a lot of times they'd be cool. They just say give you a warning
or make sure you make those stops.
Yeah.
If you roll through a stop sign because now you be in a rush, so like you don't really stop.
But they will run the license to make sure like no warrants is like because that could like okay this motherfucker can be wanted in like 4 states. It's like
you can have a body in your trunk. You can have a body in your trunk right now.
Like in what was that like something about Mary when a guy had the body. It's like that he picked up that the hitchhiker that
the hitchhiker with a whole body.
Yeah,
no, not 7 minute abs. Not 6 minute abs. 7 minute abs.
Yeah. Yeah, the dead body in there. It's like, so that's why they got the license to make sure that. And then, like a lot of times, they either like they'll let you go a lot of times with nothing, and the most they're gonna do is gonna give you a ticket. It's like, well, all that escalating is where the bullshit happens. It's like, there's some bullshit, bitch ass cop is like, like, and that's where the bullshit is. Like, that's where shit escalates.
Like, how you doing? I'm fine. I'm fine. Yourself? Why we're.
That's nothing. I don't admit to anything as well, unless they ask like, you know why I pulled you over? Not at all.
No, like why was I
let them tell me. It's like, Like,
so you can either ask politely, or if they say, you know why I pulled you over? No, officer, I do not. Why? Well, if you're like, why was I pulled over, officer? Well, you actually, when you change lanes, you didn't signal. When you change your lanes, you did not signal.
Because the reason why I don't say anything is because like most officers now have body cams and dash cams. So if you admit it, that's in court. You admit it, like I didn't. I'm sorry for speeding. Like never say that shit. But you know why I pulled like no why so they can't use that in court against you.
Exactly.
No why officer because you were like speed was I I didn't realize it like yeah. Even if you were like just play it
Yeah,
out.
but I said the only thing that I would just complain about is just all the windows. I said I get why he did. I said, but we live in Chicago, and then in my case, I'm a woman.
He's in Georgia. They got
He's
nice.
in Georgia. It's different. When you're in Georgia, you can't do a lot of stuff in Chicago as you do in Georgia. You just can't.
But people were really going in on that. Like, well, I won't say people, niggas were really going in on that. It's like, not
That's
black
the only,
people, niggas.
that's the only thing that I saw, just me. I said, I thought that was a little bit of like, okay, that's a little bit of overkill.
Some people do overkill. Like to me, like some people like say they take the key, like if you got a key, like they take it and put it on top of the car. That's overkill.
I'm not doing all that. No.
I shut the engine off, but I'm not putting the key on top of the car and all of that. It's
Yeah.
like that's doing too much. It's like it's like
I'm not taking my keys off.
Yeah. So I see people have said that, like I put the key on top of the car. So,
I'm not putting my
I'm not trying to run.
I'm not putting my fob up there. I'm not doing that.
Nah,
You're not doing that. No.
We'll shut it off. I won't leave it running. I'll shut it off. Like if it's
I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna be there, but I'm not gonna put the key on top of the car. Like you're doing too much.
But people putting both my hands out the window when they I'm not doing
that stuff. I'm not doing
that. I'm not doing. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Yeah.
Just keep them on the wheel. Let's keep them like where they in sight. Like you have them down here, or like that's when it gets just have your hands on the wheel.
Yeah.
Like,
10 and 2.
They can see where your hands are at. You're not reaching.
Do Buster Rhymes. Put your hands where my eyes can see.
That's
all you gotta do. Keep it bust a bus. And you'll be all right.
What I did is like people are saying he should either talk shit to the cop, and then there's one idiot talking about I'd rather teach the kids to shoot to Of course, he got roasted. It's like,
you even know how to use it, how to even properly use a gun.
Like how we probably
you even know how to use
never even fired a gun. It's like, but you gangster all of a sudden. You gonna teach kids to like shoot at police for regular fucking routine traffic stops.
Dumbass. Whatever you do, don't listen to those dumbasses. Don't do that.
But I meant to play that one last week. We ran out of time because that was been viral for about a couple weeks now. I was like, this is dumb, man. It's like, and that's why, and that's why you need fathers in the home. It's like, because my father taught me all of that shit. It's like, but how to interact with police. Like I was taught that by my father.
Just how to just go in, just how to interact, and like as a man, your word is your word as a man. So it's like.
But he's shout out King Randall. He's doing good work for his community. Like I said, he he teaches kids how to like change tires. It's like he's like
I've seen those. Okay, I've seen those. That's him then. Okay, because I've seen the tire videos. I've seen those. So that's him. Okay. Now it's making a connection.
So he's teaching the kids like these are like life-saving skills. Like like he took like how to like do like minor repairs and stuff.
How to tie a tie. Even something as simple as that. How to tie a tie.
Yeah. But y'all idiots talking about like shoot first. It's like
I'm all for a black man trying to uplift these black children, these black boys.
His community. Yeah, he's building up his community. Yeah.
I'm 100% for that. A black man trying to uplift these black boys. I'm for that. That's what I'm for. Uplift these black boys. Yes.
All fake ass gangsters.
No, we're not doing that. No, we ain't doing
blasting the cops and shit. And going on high speed chases. Yeah, that's the way. That's the route to go and shit.
I can't.
But I'm done. I had to wrap it up.
My brain hurts on that note. My brain hurts.
But we're gonna wrap up episode 352, the non-Halsted episode. You want to support us further? First, we appreciate you supporting us. If you want to support us further, give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms, talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey.
YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. You can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, TikTok, and X. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well.
And you can check me out, MSIMA8626 on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULEY1 on X, SCR8GULEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.